this episode of Akari Talks, Akari-san has her first public crash out. IDW receives a stern warning. Lanolin is in risk of getting cancelled. Editing Akari suffers a lot and much more. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, it is Akari, your Sonic bestie, and in this video I'm pretty sure I will have a freaking crash out. I am so excited to talk about the Phantom Rider arc from IDW Sonic. I think this might be my second favorite arc so far. Maybe. Anyways, you know I'm excited when I keep the intro short because if I do not talk about this right now, I am going to go insane. So, you know the drill, spin that subscribe button and like button, join the Patreon for extra stuff, and enjoy! Just a fair warning before we start, from now on there will be spoilers of this arc, so be warned. Though most of you I know you don't care, it is my duty to inform there will be spoilers, because I hate it when people don't warn spoilers. But so, the Phantom Rider arc. Here goes a little summary that turned out to be very long, because I got excited while commentating it, before I go insane with my thoughts, before we divulge into the chaos of my mind. Written by the GOAT Evan Stanley, the one and only, and lasting from issue 69 to 75, the Phantom Rider arc is basically another Sonic Riders game, but a tad bit more chaotic. It's about Sonic and friends participating in an extreme gear competition that was sponsored by the new partnership between the Restoration and Clean Sweep Incorporated. Ironically enough, right at the start of the arc, Team Sonic is disqualified because their boards malfunctioned, which we think at that point it was thanks to Clutch's like secret interference. And because the story must go on, Team Sonic suspect it is indeed a sabotage. And some pages left, they just bump into Dr. Eggman, who offers them a deal. He basically tells Sonic and pals to investigate Clean Sweep Inc. since they made a mockery of his name. The plan was for Amy and Tails to investigate while Sonic distracts the crowd. Enter the Extreme Gear, aka the best outfit Sonic has ever worn in my humble opinion, or best known as the Phantom Rider suit. Shenanigans ensue. You can imagine that Sonic keeping his identity a secret while actively trying to cause chaos is just a bad idea waiting to happen. And then you add Mimic trying to frame Sonic for the actual evil stuff, and you got yourself a recipe for disaster. Oh, and we cannot forget to shine the spotlight on Surgeon Kid. Gal almost literally unmasked Sonic publicly. Well, she did, but that's for later. And you can imagine how the rest goes, right? Mimic frames Sonic for an attack on the guards, which Tangle, Whisper, the Babylon Rogues, Surge, and Kid witness, and they all take it in a very different way. Which, starting off with Tangle, she is the sweetheart she is, and gives Sonic the benefit of the doubt. And Whisper confirms that it's not Sonic, and they start to suspect that it was Mimic. What a surprise. And Storm and Wave were just confused, while Jet is Jet and still tries to best Sonic even though he now is a wanted hedgehog for damage that he supposedly caused. And then there's Surge and Kid, who get recognized by the public as heroes because they attacked the Phantom Rider, which is the sweetest panel for Surge so far. Y'all, this panel melted my heart. But, you know, happiness doesn't last long because of course we can't have nice things. Thank you, IDW. I say that respectfully and adoringly to the comic writers, like, I absolutely love this, but why can't we have nice things, huh? My writer self is very happy with this, yet at the same time, because I'm a fan, I'm very angry at this. So I have conflicting feelings about it. And why do I say that? It's because when Surge and Kid were finally committed to being heroes, Clean Sweep Incorporated basically intimidated them into staying as villains. Clutch, I hate you so much! And meanwhile, all of that is happening, Sonic tries to stay low and miserably fails when Jet finds him again. Though thankfully, Night the Owl and Dawn the Rooster help him lose Jet and believe that Sonic isn't a criminal. Which, I don't know man, it should be obvious, I think. Okay, so the next day, I think it was the next day, Amy and Tails sneak into clean sweeping and they find a captured bell, which, first off, how dare you? And then they stumble into Dawn and the Chaotix, who got captured too. A few moments later, the green one actually succeeds to unmask the Phantom Rider in public. Meanwhile, Knight is given dirt on Clutch and the company by Charmy, and they displayed full HD for the whole world to see. So of course, Clutch tries to escape with profit, but Jewel, bless her heart, sets a self-destruction command on the airship they're at. And what does Clutch do? Obviously, the same thing, that is setting the course for the airship to self-destruct in Central City. And basically everyone goes to stop the ship. In the meanwhile, Sonic's name is cleared thanks to Clutch exposing Duo as Mimic by accident. Ain't that funny? And the Dumbassery just doesn't stay there, folks. Clutch tries to escape with the Phantom Rider suit until it transforms into a robot. I tell you, Clutch is certainly something. And then battle starts and quickly ends because of a supercharged attack from Surge. Then Eggman, Surge, and Kid bail out of this whole fiasco. And we're back to Jewel, who is diverting the collision course from Central City to Restoration HQ. And you know, Sonic and Jet compete like bitter exes for the 20,000th time by making a game of who can get the most people out of like Restoration HQ. Not surprisingly, because this is the Sonic series, everyone gets out in time and yay, everyone survives like mostly unscathed. Everyone but Jewel, who cries her heart out because of Restoration HQ being destroyed. GG everyone. Okay, so get ready, the TRUE Yapathon starts right now, and you know, a little bit of context for this video being so late. It's because I hadn't read this far into IDW Sonic. I was so behind, it's not even funny. But you know, I got an assignment that basically gave me the perfect excuse to catch up. It should be like what you're seeing in screen right now. The gist of it is that we had to reconceptualize some pages from an established comic, and for me, that was a no-brainer. It was just GG easy, Sonic IDW was chosen. And so I started reading the comics again to like get an idea. For homework reasons, totally, absolutely. And I started reading this arc. And boy, I had such an explosive reaction to this whole arc. I literally had to call my bestie and yap to them for like 2 hours straight about how great this arc is. Which, by the way, shout out to my bestie, they're the best. And I kind of made the mistake of not writing down my thoughts in order, so this is going to be all over the place, but like, this is me tweaking from peak fiction, so what do you expect? So to start off, let's just all give major props to all of the people who worked on this arc. Like, holy shiny Chaos Emeralds, you all did such an incredible job bringing this story to life. The designs of everyone and the environments look top tier, and the Phantom Rider suit is the best outfit Sonic has ever worn, hands down. And I think the pace of the story was a tad bit quick, but honestly this is just me trying and failing to come up with a critique, because I'm kinda biased. And like, story-wise, I got a bit confused from the Mimic part, but it was meant to be confusing until the Tangle and Whisper scene, so I'm kinda valid on this one for not getting it right away. And I loved seeing everyone in their rider's outfit, especially Amy, because we all love Amy in this house. And I think my favorite part of this whole arc is the role reversal of the status quo. Sonic trying to be and miserably failing to be a bad guy. In, you know, this panel in specific just had me rolling. He's such a silly dude, he's my silly dude. He just can't do evil? Mischief? Yes. But evil? He's not got that in his code. He doesn't have that in his, like, noggin. That's my guy, that's my silly guy, you guys. But before I start, like, fangirling too much, Surgeon Kid, like, the Surgeon Kid part of this story makes me feel so sad. They were finally heroes, and in this piece of the story, Clutch just goes and ruins them emotionally again, because yeah, it had to be done. So where is the I Hate Clutch gang? I need to join your club. This is not a joke. But another thing I found interesting is how Lanolin was just not as prevalent in this arc. They mentioned her, but she wasn't in the spotlight for more than some pages. And I think maybe next arc will fix that. But truly I don't know, because it was late and I needed to do my homework that was for the next day, so I stopped reading Sonic IDW. Sad. And also, for your information, this is a side note. If Lanolin ever dared to disrespect my blue gumball son of a gun, I will be angry. And I will make a video on it, because girl, don't you dare. So this is a warning to all of the IDW writers. Do not make Lanolin beef with Sonic, or I'll make a whole revolution. Hey, so midnight editing Akari here. I went on about another 2 hours listing reasons of why I love this arc so much, and I didn't even notice it, because I was having so much fun. I noticed though, until it was time to edit. VA Akari screwed me up in the editing department so much. I said, leave it for editing Akari. Girl, I am editing Akari and I am not pleased. So for the sake of deadlines and my sanity, I'll cut this right here. Woo! That was a yapathon. I think I'm losing my voice. I'm not sure of how much of that will make the cut, because I talked for a little while there. But anyways, thank you for coming along in the ride. I hope you enjoyed, or that it intrigued you to start reading Sonic IDW if you haven't. It is a pretty cool series. If you have read this arc, which you most probably have, since I am very late to this, leave a comment on your favorite parts of it. I wanna yap more, believe it or not. With that said, please consider subscribing to the channel, or hey, if you enjoy what I do, maybe join the membership or my Patreon, so the party never stops. Anyways, I have been Akari-san. I am running out of voice, and I'll see you later. Bye bye!